and welcome to the Economic Times exclusive series of conversation being hosted with senior leadership of India Inc. As part of the premium series, I, Srivalli Krishnan, am in conversation with Mr. R.G. Agarwal, Group Chairman of Dhanuka Group, and together we will explore the challenges to the food security in the country. Increase in rural to urban migration, large proportion of informal workforce, and unplanned slum growth across the country, where basic health and hygiene are also compromised, have also added to a multiplicity of challenges that are being faced across the country, including food insecurity. Climate change, which is related to high temperature, unpredictable rainfall, is also making our farmers more and more prone to other vagaries of the environment. Mr. R.G. Agarwal's deep commitment and inspiring leadership at the Dhanuka Group is an excellent example of how his passion to contribute to the Indian agriculture sector has been making sure that private sector is also a key and critical partner. His rich and invaluable experience over the last 5 decades in the agriculture industry have contributed immensely in the growth of the company and added much more expert and much needed expertise in the sector, particularly transforming India through the agriculture sector going forward. He has dedicated himself to bringing the industry as well as the farming community in the front and center of the economic engine that is driving the country's economic growth. So, Mr. Agarwal, if you permit me, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions, particularly when we're talking about the challenges to the food security of the country. Would it be okay?
Yes, you are most welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. India is the second most populous country in the world and will soon overtake China as the most populous country, where our population will be hitting 1.5 billion. In the past, we have focused on self-sufficiency, and thanks to the Green Revolution and in record production of staples, we do not have food shortages in the country. However, we seem to have not performed so well on the nutrition front. Sir, according to you, what will be the challenges to India's food and nutritional security for the next 2 decades?
Surely your question is very valid. In our country, one side, we don't have space to store wheat and paddy, while other side, more than 1 lakh crore rupees we are spending on importing edible oil and around 20,000 crores on pulses. Other side, when you are talking about climate, then in North India, the water table is going below danger zone. And if we go on harvesting water from soil or field in same way, tomorrow there may be a big question of security of water for drinking also, which happened in Cape Town before 3-4 years. So government has to see that in North India or any other part of the country where water is not available in sufficient quantity, then government should make a policy there to support the farmers for growing pulses and oil seeds. As anybody, farmers are also interested to secure their livelihood and profit. The profit which they are earning from wheat and paddy, if same type of profit is assured to them by shifting to these crops, and government has taken some initiatives also, but unfortunately, at grassroots level, the transformation of technology is not happening the way it should have happened. And private sector does not have any statutory powers to stop farmers, but government has. They try to implement, but whatever reason may be, the type of success has to be achieved, could not be achieved because of some vested interest. We don't go in that detail. So the solution of nutritious food is nutrition we get in poor country either from pulses or from milk products. I'm talking for vegetarian, and for non-vegetarian also it is poultry, fish, animals, and all are a part of agriculture. It is not only agriculture. By government, all these are considered as part of agriculture, and a separate ministry has been created for this, for animal and husbandry, for rural development. So that way government is focusing, but until less they take support of private sector. Because I was talking in Ministry of Agriculture, they were talking that why government is not successful. And he was very frank. In government, people does not have that type of commitment or entrepreneurship. And that is the reason government has decided to sell out their all public sector industries or units to private sector, because in private sector, the commitment is there. So what nutrition? Nutrition has to come from agriculture. Whatever way some companies advertise, whatever nutrition, how many people get that nutrition? So real nutrition has to come by increasing the pulses production, shifting the area from cereal crop to horticulture crops, vegetable crops, dairy, fishery. Punjab is having the highest yield in fisheries all over India production. So it is not only sea area or they people can do fishery. Freshwater fishery production is highest in Punjab. Dairy or poultry. So all these products which can provide nutrition to our country people, government has made various policies, but the benefit reaches only to selected big farmers. So government has to come and make such policies that benefit reaches to small and marginal farmers. The latest decision announced in this budget that all land records will be made fresh and survey will be done through drones. So by drones, if we do survey and have the proper land record, and accordingly government give proper support and change the policy from paddy wheat rotation, we should produce what is required or what is demanded nationally or internationally. It is wastage of taxpayers' money. If you would have seen, if you go from GT Road to Punjab, where grains is stored in open, and that is rotten. Because government commitment, they have to procure. And wastage of taxpayers' money. So this can be changed by policy, where water is not available, there we should shift to the crops which need less water, and paddy should be grown in the areas where sufficient water is available, and government should support by purchasing or giving MSP guarantee as it purchases paddy and wheat, to pulses and oil seeds also, which will not only increase farmers' income, but will save our country's prestigious foreign in dollar payment also. So that's all in this regard. I have taken enough time to answer this question.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Agarwal, you spoke about technology, and you also spoke about how the government has bringing in policies to use drones to survey land. We hear of a very vibrant agtech sector in India, especially in the startup space, with more than 100 plus startups who are using artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT in agriculture, and the digital technologies are addressing some of the key issues in streamlining the agriculture supply chain, and have developed early solutions to address fragmentation, including in the Indian markets, but also where the dominant factor is the small and marginal farmer. Through the multiple technologies that are available across, agriculture technology companies have actually taken over the advantage of the tailwinds generated by the pandemic, and they are actually growing at a much more faster pace. Where do you see an opportunity for them to engage meaningfully in the agriculture sector in India and contribute to the overall economic development?
Your question is very valid. No country can compromise with its food security, and it's very nice that educated people are coming through startups. And is to make a startup successful, apart from this technology, the role of agriculture knowledge is also very, very important. And this either you get from the boys who have studied in agriculture, but only study is not sufficient unless boys have the practical experience. And in some universities where I go, agriculture universities, I always advise them that in their curriculum, they should add in their course a practical training so the boys know in the field what is the real problem of the farmer, and unless either startup or established companies, they give the right solution to the farmer, they will not get success. And for right information or right technology, it will be better if startups, they join hands with the companies, maybe good company in the sector of seeds, fertilizer, crop protection, irrigation, and others. So then 1 and 1, it will not be 2, it may become 11. For example, drones. Our company has also invested in a startup drone company, which are approved by DGCA, and we have already procured and started trials through drones, and some drones are sold to other people also. Once our trials are successful, then we'll be coming in large way providing this new spray services to farmers through our distributors pan India. So then we are not going to discriminate it is a small farmer or it's a big farmer. It's like Ola, Uber, paid service. Whosoever want, and he will be having more benefit in spraying any fertilizer or agro nutrients or pesticides, because it will spray only there where it is needed. If the area does not have insect attack, then why their pesticide should be sprayed? It will not spray there. So that way there can be a very good combination. As I gave an example of my own company, similarly our team is in negotiation with some other startup also. And through your program, I also welcome if any other startup want to associate with our company, will be pleased to provide services. And we are providing already services to number of leading startup by not only supplying our crop protection chemicals, but technology also. So the real solution, whosoever may be, startup or new company, established company, you have to take the right technology for the farmer, because farmer does not know you are an entomologist or an agronomist or pathologist. He wants what is the solution. This is my problem. And these days, the technology, it's a wonderful technology. If one can take a photograph and send to any established company where technology available. Now computer also we have technology. By feeding the photograph, we can know the problem. And this startup, if will provide this type of services, and if they need help, we can provide. And if farmers will get the right technology, then definitely their yield, quality of the produce and income is going to increase.
Thank you so much, Mr. Agarwal. And it's really inspiring to hear from you that, Dhanuka Group is now working with the, drone technology companies and, several startups and, really looking at the next generation technology going forward. Shifting the gears a little bit, Mr. Agarwal, India is dominated by small and marginal farmers, as you rightly said. But we also have numerous challenges that these farmers are getting affected because of climate change. Why do you think it is important for the small and marginal farmers to look at circular and profitable agriculture? And as an industry expert who have worked with these small and marginal farmers for decades, what, according to you, would be three key areas where you see the farmers transition to have highest business and social potential for these small and marginal farmers?
Yes, your question is very valid. Small and marginal farmer. You see, if they go for the right technology, whatever small he may be, if instead of depending only agriculture, if he go for some animals also, so he can get food from his field for animals. So his income will come from agriculture as well as dairy. In Gujarat, the revolution, white revolution came. In India, green revolution came during 65 when Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri was prime minister and he gave slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. And when America said we will not supply you wheat, we started one day fasting. Younger generation may not be knowing, but at that time, most of the 90% people were keeping fast on one day. So again, the question is small and marginal farmers. They have to go for diversification in their agriculture production. If you put all your eggs in one basket, then it may be risky. But if you divide your egg in different basket, then at least you are secured. And government has got very good policy of insurance. As in cities, we get insurance if farmer also goes for insurance. And earlier there was problem in payment by the insurance companies. But coming with the coming of drones, payment of insurance claim will also be much easier and faster. What government is talking, ease of doing business. So ease of doing business and taking the benefit to small and marginal farmer will happen when this technology use will be maximum. And government is trying for that. I appreciate the initiative of the government, but how fast we do it, that is very, very important. Our farmers are illiterate, but we can't say them they don't understand. When our team works in the field, my company has around 1,500 boys working in the field. And when they go to farmers' villages, lay demonstration, then farmers understand the difference. But they are cheated by some of the people by supplying duplicate material. It looks like you are same. Suppose you are sitting and your photo is, so they make such a copy of the original product and they purchase in the name of original, and it's a parallel industry in our country for agri inputs, maybe fertilizer, maybe seeds, maybe pesticides or whatsoever. It is not only agriculture, in many other field also such things are happening, although government has introduced GST. But until less government under Jago Grahak Jago program, there's a special program for farmers. I seen TV, when you purchase gold, a line is coming, purchase against the bill only. Why we can't educate our farmers that they should also purchase any product only against bill? If this thing starts, that you and me or every citizen, now it is GST, but even people take the way. If we start this through technology, purchase, no purchases without bill, and all the good companies follow this practice. So if this practice is followed, then farmers, rural people will also get quality inputs. And then automatically, as in computer, whatever input you give, accordingly output comes. Accordingly, in agriculture, if good quality agri inputs will be used, then automatically quality output will come. So that is where farmers should go not only for one crop, but they should go for diversified crops. And then they can definitely can increase. If they put 10 to 20 trees, also fruit trees, then they can get income. You and we know what price we purchase the fruits. And one more thing I'll say, we are talking field to fork, but it is only in talking so far, not implemented. So government has to see how they really support the startups. If they can really make it successful from field to fork, then definitely it will increase the income not only of farmers, but consumers will also get at reasonable price the nutritious food.
You spoke about government, you spoke about startups, you also spoke about companies like yours. So obviously, and of course, small and marginal farmers. So there are obviously diverse set of stakeholders in this agriculture sector. Um, what, according to you, should be the roles and responsibilities of these different stakeholders, especially when we talk about this sector has to be working collaboratively with each other, when we talk about regenerative, circular, diversified, climate smart, resilient agriculture, profitable agriculture. So it always has to be a collaborative effort. But according to you, what should be the roles and responsibilities of these different stakeholders?
It's a very different question and I like to answer differently. India got freedom in 1947. And when we got freedom, it was told that now we are independent. But along with the independence, responsibility also comes. And unfortunately, whatever education system, we continue of old English Macaulay system. He died, but in Indian education, we continued. Other side, see Japan, which was destroyed in Second World War with atomic bombs, and how fast they have built up their country. In the world, in technology, Japan is leading. China, you see today, where is China? And where are we? Because in India, people has not, to be honest, I'm not blaming anyone. Anyone should not take I'm blaming. But we all together or not perform the commitment to our country, sincerity. Wherever we go, we curse our country. This is not happening in our country. This is bad in our country. It's your country. If it is bad, no one is going to make it right from outside. In you go international world, you see, now in last few years, we have started Swachhta Abhiyan, the way vaccination has been done, education, new education policies, so many new things are happening. Then it is not only government, we are also government. Why we should not consider ourselves as a part of government? Until less each citizen of the country will pledge that each citizen has the responsibility to perform his duties wherever he is. Today we are sitting in our offices or home or factories because of our dedicated and committed forces which are sitting at 40-degree minus temperature. And our government has provided them rifles, latest. So we are in position to face the challenge. from both our neighboring countries like China and Pakistan. Similarly, in agriculture, we are not providing latest technology or tools. This drone technology was used in our Asian country, China, for the last 10 years. And now this year, government has started focus. There are in pesticides, we have old technology. We don't want to restart, bring new pesticides because our country is signatory of WTO TRIPS, but we don't want to respect the intellectual property rights. Unless we respect intellectual property right, if someone registers a new molecule or brings a new molecule, he wants protection. He wants protection of his intellectual properties, which is the norm in the international world. If we want really, then we have to make our laws industry friendly as per international norms. Our R&D budget is nominal, less than 0.5%, and you see the budget of developed countries. Unless our Honorable Prime Minister, while inaugurating National Science Congress in 2018, in the slogan Jai Jawan Jai Kisan, where Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 2002 added Jai Vigyan, and our present Prime Minister added Jai Anusandhan, means promotion of research innovation. And in real sense, if we do, internationally, each university has tie-up with some industrial group. But in our country, it is not so. And this type of right decisions are to be taken. If such decisions are taken, only then the vision is put of this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, as you will be seeing in my backdrop. Our company is also celebrating. We are distributing these 10 lakh flags throughout country and taking many initiatives. So whatever is possible, if each one of us contribute, then definitely during Maharaja Vikramaditya time, whose name our Hindu Samvat 2078 at present we have. At that time, 1/3 GDP of the world was from India. And today, in that attraction of that goal, many invaders came, then English came, and at that time our GDP has gone below 1%. But thank God, now our GDP is growing. And if right policies and their transformation is done, then we can have double-digit growth and another 2-3 decades, I feel, of the growth of India.
Thank you so much for your inspiring words and your vision towards transformation in India, particularly a transformation through the heart of agriculture. So thank you again for your valuable words and for your time for this series. You had actually set forward what the vision of the country should be, particularly where we talk about technology, innovation, R&D, but at the same time making sure that with all of this we are empowering the farmer, who is the real producer, who's keeping all of us fed at the end of the day. So thank you again, Mr. Agarwal, for your valuable time and for sharing some of your thoughts and your vision today. This is truly inspiring.
Thank you very much, Shivali. Thank you, ET, for this opportunity.